So this is the JAKAPA Soft Skills Literacy Grant webinar. It's just training on how to complete that micro grant application, which we estimate should only take about 15 minutes. So the first thing I want to cover is, what are we going to be talking about today? So first thing, what is JAKAPA? Followed by what are these soft skill things? We call them by a bunch of different terms. Why are they important? And then what will actually be included in the micro grant or the grant opportunity, including the implementation, the support, and expected outcomes, followed by how can you apply for the micro grant. And we'll finish up with some question and answer. So the first thing, what is JAKAPA? JAKAPA is a 10-minute-a-day practice, reflection, feedback platform for developing soft skills. So what do I mean by that? Well, we work with emotional resilience, we work with executive function, teamwork, social engagement, and communication. The main benefits of this is you're going to see students get self-awareness and confidence around their skills, and it's going to give you a way of tying together all of your education programs to talk about soft skills and how they're directly related to them. The outcomes of using JAKAPA are pretty straightforward. We've seen increases in engagement, GPA, decreases in disciplinary issues, increases in graduation rate, etc. And we can go in that in the Q&A and further on in the presentation. So what are soft skills? You've probably heard them referred to in a variety of ways, whether it's power skills, life skills, 21st century skills, durable skills, soft skills, you name it. There's tons of terms for it. We use the BESI assessment in our program, which is from the University of Illinois. It is a valid, reliable framework, and they define it as self-management skills or executive function, innovation and creative thinking, emotional resilience, social engagement, and cooperative skills. And then there's 32 underlying foundational skills inside of that, including communication, teamwork, the ability to adapt, etc. Why are these skills important? Well, they allow you to be healthier, happier, and a overall better, more functional human being. They also are very much in demand right now. 89% of the time when someone is terminated, the primary reason for that termination is their soft skill ability. And especially with the younger generations, a lot of HR directors, 73% of HR directors are saying it's a struggle to find recent graduates and students with sufficient soft skills. It makes them future ready. When you look at the World Economic Forum, 8 out of the top 10 skills for 2025, 2030 are all soft skill related. So learning these skills inside of their traditional education is more important than it's ever been. So integration and implementation. How does this work? How do I make it seamless and easy for you to use if you are selected as a winner for this grant? So first off, there is a strategic alignment with your dedicated program manager, where we learn about, what are your goals? What are your programs? How can JAKAPA fit into that? And then that leads into integration. So we come back to you with an integration plan of how to install JAKAPA, this 10-minute-a-day solution, into the day-to-day curriculum. And we provide ongoing professional development support throughout the grant experience to continue training on that as well. We also have the kickoff meeting. You will have a dedicated customer success manager. They will set you up. They will do all the training and everything that they need to be. And finally, daily practice begins. The outcomes of this is we will include an impact study as part of the grant application. So we're going to help you from the initial strategic thinking behind it, the implementation and training, ongoing support, and we'll give you an impact study to follow up. But what we have seen in the past through our case studies is that the overall confidence in being able to teach soft skills has improved. That's one of the 3 things that educators have told us is they don't have the time to do that. We make that very simple by providing an out-of-the-box solution for them. They don't have common language. We provide that common language through our training and professional development support. And finally, they don't know how to teach it. It wasn't included in their education. So how are they expected to be able to provide that experience? It also provides higher confidence in those local graduates. So when we talk with Chamber of Commerce's and local employers, they want to hire local graduates more readily. Those local graduates are also and students are also much more engaged with workforce-based learning and internship experiences and that sort of thing. And finally, there's an increase in their career path and educational journey. They understand that these are the foundational skills, and when aligned and tied into a career pathways program, they're much more likely to understand, okay, how does this all work together? What do I need to do in order to be successful in the next couple years or directly after graduation? So what are the grant details? The most important thing is that the applications are due September 30th. We will announce 5 winners on October 16th. But September 30th is when this is due. This is $25,000 in value of up to 2,000 seats in JAKAPA, including all of the training, all the professional development, all the strategic planning, and an impact study to finish it out. We will choose 5 winners to get that. It is eligible to all K through 12 public and private. Doesn't matter if you're a principal just thinking about this for your building, or you're at the district administration level thinking about a district-wide rollout. And what this will allow you to do is think about how do soft skills play into the education that you're already delivering. So I want you to apply now. Do not miss out on this opportunity. It is $25,000 in free money. So here's a QR code that you can scan. It takes about 15 minutes to apply, or we will be sending out a recording of this and the presentation itself. You can use that link as well to go to the site. If you have any questions, please reach out to my colleague, Patty Koslow. Here's her email, patty@jakapa, JAKAPA.com, or visit our website, jakapa.com. On that website, you will see a banner where it will directly lead you to the application as well. And if you have any questions short questions, reach out on a phone call at 314-474-1210. But I encourage you to scan this QR code, take the 15 minutes, apply now, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like so there's no confusion on that. So if you were to scan that QR code or use this link, it is going to take you to this page right here. You can click Start Your Application Now, which will take you down to the application where you can fill out, all of the information. So it is all on one site. Fill out your name, your email, who is the what organization is it, who is the primary contact, how do you see using this program at your school, how does it align, etc. It is very short. This is not a multi-hour grant application, which I think some of the people that we've talked to have been, whenever they hear the word grant, they think multiple hours. So it is not that at all. Should take you about 15 minutes. It is all on this page. And after you get done with all the questions, you click submit and you're done. And you'll find out October 16th if you are chosen to be a winner. With that, I want to open it up to any questions and go from there. Does anybody have any questions about the microgrant opportunity? You can also leave them in the chat if you would like to do that as well. I'm going to go ahead and, Patty, if you can field the chat questions, because I can't see that during the presentation, but I'm going to go put the QR code on display as well. Any questions?
There are no questions at this time. Again, just following up, the grant, as Gavin has shared with you, is up to a $25,000 value for your district. It allows districts that are looking at exploring new options to improve those durable soft skills for your students to get this for 1 year. It includes all of the onboarding, all of the training for your teachers and for your staff. You can select your start date either being November 1st or you can start in January.
Yes, thank you, Patty. I didn't cover those start dates. So yes, go ahead and scan this QR code to apply or go to the website listed below.
So here's a question for us. What type of equipment do we need to run JAKAPA? Students can use either any type of device. It can be a computer. It can be a Chromebook. I know that schools have this year kind of locked down the cell phones, but students can use it on a cell phone. So that's the only type of equipment that you need for it. The next question comes to how do we handle student data? We are 100% FERPA compliant, and we have multiple ways that we can work with you. We can actually pull the data and roster by your classrooms using either your LMS or your SIS, or in those cases where you have some certain requirements, we can also use just a CSV file. So the student data is fully protected.
Thank you for fielding that, Patty.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
There are no other questions at this time. So again, just to reiterate, it is a very short grant application. I'm a former educator, worked in a school district for over 20 years, and I'm well aware that sometimes we put days, hours, and weeks into grants only to be disappointed by it. We've taken care of all of that for you with this grant application, making it a very simple, easy to use application, and it should not take you more than 15 minutes to apply. The actual onboarding and implementation, if your district is selected, we can get that done within 3 to 5 business days, meaning your school days. So it's quick and easy to implement. We like to say again that JAKAPA is a very light lift for educators. It's not one more thing, because again, we know that schools are stressed with the capacity that teachers have in a classroom. JAKAPA can be built into either part of your daily activities, as Gavin has shared. It can be in a study hall. It can be in a enforcement period if you have that for your students, or it can be offered as homework. So again, JAKAPA would be done for an entire year for you. No cost. There are no fees. There are no strings. And I'm going to say this to you again as a former educator, there will be no sales pitch to you in this. This is truly our way of giving back to the world of education for all that you do to help students across the country to succeed at their highest levels. You all are providing the academics for them. This is the second part of it, ensuring that they have those essential, durable life skills to ensure future happiness.
Since we have a few minutes, and Patty, please let me know if there's any questions in chat. But since we have a few minutes, one of the popular use cases that we've seen is using this with your juniors and seniors in a high school level. This is a career readiness activity they can put on their Common App profile and include in their scholarship applications. It also aligns very nicely with Portrait of Graduate. It is a easy tier 1 MTSS support. So if you have either of those programs in there, we've also seen it used with and had a lot of success with more of your troubled students. So students that have been suspended and that have a re-entry program. JAKAPA can be a quick, easy method of working towards goals, practicing behavioral compliance, etc., on a daily basis. Those are just a few quick examples. If you have PBIS, this is kind of a no-brainer, easy implementation integration with that as well.
Gavin,
So
Gavin, there's a question around at what age level could JAKAPA be implemented in a school system?
Absolutely. So at a school district level, we recommend 6th grade and up. And that's really just comes down to readability. We do have some younger use cases. However, with that, it's oftentimes the educator running the app and using it as talking points with their class rather than a self-guided journey for those students. So 6th grade and up is really appropriate just due to readability. When you're thinking about taking assessments, that are and filling out a lot of written feedback, we don't want the reading capability to ever be an issue there.
Gavin, there's also a question about resources. Do teachers actually have to create daily curriculum, or what resources are provided by JAKAPA?
Yep. So JAKAPA provides everything. This will include everything from the weekly readings, the talking reflection points at the end of the week. There is a companion guide that has ways to scaffold in soft skill education inside of existing curriculum. We also have monthly Zoom sessions with my co-founder, Dr. Lisa Regal, where she goes into, going outside of JAKAPA and just talking about, how to build creativity exercises into existing curriculum, giving some of that additional scaffolding and training to your educators. That's all included in there, as well as the professional development training that's included as part of this. We do have some educators that have really adopted JAKAPA as a supplement to their existing assignments. For instance, in an English class, you might every week they're filling out self-assessments, they're filling out reflections, they're asking other people for feedback about their skills. An English class, you might have them, write a weekly reflection piece on, where am I growing? How did that external assessment play into it? Or at the end of the semester, show a growth journey. We've seen that used in social studies. We've seen it used in English classes. We've seen it used in work-based learning or internship programs as well. That's a really popular use case that does have a assignment tied to it. But a lot of our teachers, this is a 10-minute intervention. They get weekly challenge points, and then a teacher might treat this as a pass-fail grade. Did you complete the weekly challenge or did you not? And tie it in that way. We've seen it done in a lot of different approaches, and that's where the strategic meeting with your customer support manager comes into play. The integration, the implementation, the continuing professional development. At JAKAPA, we do not want you to ever feel like we've left you hanging. So we will go above and beyond, making sure that you feel supported in how you talk about soft skills.
I think that's all the questions that we had. So if there are any further questions, as Gavin has shared, please feel to reach out to me via email, patty@jakapa.com, or you can feel free to call our corporate number, 314-474-1210, and we'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Again, the deadline for completion for the application is September 30th. Takes about 15 minutes to complete, and then winners will be announced on October 16th. We thank you very much for attending today's presentation, and I'll give it back to Gavin.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you, Patty, for fielding the questions. This is an opportunity you do not want to miss. It's up to 2,000 students. You can use less than that if you want to, but there are 2,000, so that's a pretty good implementation. September 30th, keep that in your mind. $25,000 in free grant money available for using JAKAPA. Please take the time, scan the QR code, go to that website, fill out the application, take the 15 minutes. And with that, I will let you go about your day. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate you.